What if I told you the West is rising again? What if I told you the map of Canada might change forever? Today, we unravel a shocking twist in Canadian history, a forgotten dream reborn. The dream of a powerful Western nation, finally independent from Ottawa. And this time, it's not just Alberta. This time, Saskatchewan is stepping into the fire. Grab your coffee. Silence your phone. You won't want to miss a second. They said it was impossible. But now, it's happening. In the early 1900s, there was a dream, one large province called Buffalo. Led by Frederick Halton, the West wanted unity, strength, a voice. But Ottawa, fearing its power, split Buffalo in two. Alberta, Saskatchewan, divided ever since. They gave them borders, but never gave them power. Resources? Controlled by Ottawa until 1930. Even today, pipelines are blocked. Energy strangled. And now, after 120 years of division, that unity may rise again. Because Saskatchewan is watching Alberta, and the people are getting restless. It began quietly. A few town halls. A couple of petitions. But then a bombshell. In May 2025, opposition leader Carla Beck proposed the Keep Saskatchewan in Canada Act. Sounds innocent? Think again. This act isn't about unity. It's about fear. Fear that the people might actually choose freedom. The law would double the number of signatures needed to trigger a referendum. And strip the premier of the power to even ask you what you want. Is that democracy? Or is that desperation? Meanwhile, Premier Scott Moe plays both sides. He says he doesn't support separation, but refuses to block it either. What's going on behind the scenes? Sources suggest closed-door meetings with Alberta officials began earlier this year. Meetings where one topic kept surfacing. Western consolidation. A new alliance. One nation. Fake? Maybe. But here's what we do know. An anonymous staffer from the legislature leaked this quote to a local journalist. There's no appetite for independence until you give people a taste of it. And Alberta just served the first course. But it's not just politics. Follow the money, always follow the money. Since Alberta's announcement to exit the CPP, Saskatchewan's investors are asking tough questions. Should we prepare for currency changes? New pension schemes? New borders? And then came the shocking twist. 3 major agricultural firms based in Regina filed paperwork to open backup offices in Edmonton. What do they know that we don't? It's not just Alberta and Saskatchewan. Sources inside provincial circles suggest quiet talks with Manitoba's rural mlays, and even whispers in northern BC. They call it the Silent Prairie Storm. It didn't start in Regina. Not in Edmonton. But in tiny towns Rosetown, Kindersley, Unity. Hundreds of farmers, truckers, ranchers meeting after dark in community halls. No live streams. No reporters. Just one question. How much longer can we serve a country that doesn't serve us? These weren't protests. They were planning sessions. Maps were marked. Routes highlighted. In April 2025, a shocking curriculum change was quietly proposed in Saskatchewan's Ministry of Education. Social studies units on Canadian unity and loyalty were expanded. And new material warned students of regional instability and misinformation. One leaked draft suggested labeling Western separatism as dangerous populism. But parents fought back. Homeschooling applications skyrocketed by 62% in just 2 months. In early May 2025, a confidential legal firm in Calgary registered 3 trademarks. Alberta-Sask Energy Corridor, Western National Pipeline Authority, and most notably, Prairie Passport. Yes, a passport. When questioned, the firm claimed it was just protecting IP. But insiders claim they were paid directly by a joint fund between 2 unnamed provincial ministries. Why would a legal firm prepare alternate travel documents? Why would energy pipelines be renamed outside federal jurisdiction? Rumors swirl of a pilot project to test Western-only customs cards for cross-border truckers. Ottawa denies it. But at the border near Coutts, guards confirmed. Yeah, we've seen them. Not official. But they're being used. The world is watching. In April 2025, a leaked report from Global Affairs Canada revealed that 3 embassies, China, Russia, and the United States, had filed internal memos about the increasing volatility of Canadian unity. The most concerning detail? One section titled, Resource Investment Options, Scenario W4. The meaning of W4 Western Independence. The document discussed potential trade deals, currency exchanges, and diplomatic recognition strategies. It's not public, but it's real, and it's terrifying. Imagine this. Foreign powers preparing for a future where Canada isn't one country, but two. It began quietly. First, a small town council in Saskatchewan voted to pause its federal funding applications. Then another. Then 3 more. Within weeks, 14 municipalities in Saskatchewan and Alberta announced plans to withdraw from federal grant programs and instead pool resources in a new fund, the Western Resiliency Reserve. The federal government called it illegal, but local mayors disagreed. Then the banks got involved. 2 prairie-based credit unions suspended use of the Canada Deposit Insurance Corporation CDIC logo and replaced it with a prairie leaf watermark. Regional, unofficial, bold. What started as protest is now something else. Withdrawal. Step by step. Behind closed doors, something's shifting. A joint letter, and signed, unmarked and undated, was leaked from a confidential provincial summit held somewhere in the foothills. The contents? A draft charter. For a new nation. No names, no titles. Just a heading. Framework for transition. It outlined a 3-year economic roadmap, a proposed central bank, and a new legislative capital, neither Regina nor Edmonton, but Medicine Hat. The document is being dismissed by both provincial governments as a creative exercise. But a retired staffer came forward anonymously and said, it wasn't fiction. It was rehearsal. Maybe this is all noise. Maybe it's just political theater. But maybe, just maybe, history is repeating itself. A century ago, they killed the Buffalo province. But now, 2 provinces might revive its spirit. Not as Buffalo, but as something new, stronger, united, free. What do you think? Should Alberta and Saskatchewan unite? Should Western Canada chart its own course? Comment below. Share this video. And stay tuned.